Hey pros, Crystal here from Elite Hair Care USA. So today we're doing an alopecia weaving service on my client who came in. As you guys can tell, she has a lot of scarring going on and she wanted a change. So to start, we did relax the sides and the back of her hair so that I could get that hair to lay down and to match the extensions that we'll be using. Now, for this part of the service, you guys, blending is key. This is also something that is super important, especially because you want it to look as natural as possible. A lot of stylists will not video these portions of the video because, of course, they want you to pay them to teach them how to do it. Me personally, I mean, I can always profit from it, but my goal is to just educate as much as possible without having to charge to educate. I charge here and there, but for something of this nature, I feel like there's not enough of us in the United States doing this service, and there are a lot of clients that need help like this. So I'm going ahead and creating a base. When I say a base, this is the level of protection for my client to start the process. Now, I did not put any relaxer in the crown area whatsoever. That hair was very sparse, so I didn't want to do too much to that area because I already knew that those hairs were sparse and they would definitely not really need to be relaxed. Now, if you notice, her thinning is actually protruding into her sides. So I'm also going to protect those areas. It's kind of like a triangle right there. Those areas are also going to be protected. Now, I say this in every video, but I'm going to continue to always say it. Just because my client has a couple hairs in the crown area does not mean that they are not of importance. So I wanted to make sure that I did cover those areas so that they were fully protected from any form of adhesive, and also to give them a break from being manipulated or moved around, because remember, as the extension surface gets older, it starts to like move, as you sweat, those kinds of things. Like it can literally, it becomes kind of like pliable. I guess that's the word I can use. But not pliable enough where it will fall off your head. But still, I want to make sure that I'm protecting those areas because any form of aggravation, the hairs can literally come out. So that's another reason why I like to go through and protect the hair, no matter how many hairs, and the scalp. Now, the next layer of protection that I'm putting is end papers. The end papers are going to basically be another base on top of a base. Now, once I've completed creating the base, I'm going to go ahead and mold her sides and back down, and then she will go under the dryer with her mold, allowing the crown area to dry and then also allowing the mold to dry. She typically, when she was under the dryer, she was only under there for about 30 minutes. And even the reason why it was that long in regards to time was because that crown area does need to thoroughly dry before I can put the third layer of protection on there. So it's very important that she dries thoroughly so that I can go ahead and put that third layer. You don't want to put a lot of wetness on top of hair that's wet, because now you're creating a breeding ground for bacteria and smelliness, and I guess smelly, sour, whatever you want to call it. Now, for her mold, it's still important that the sides and the back are molded down at this step of the process. Or if you're one of those stylists where you like to put your extensions on first and then go back and mold it, you can. Me personally, I like everything to be dried all together so that when it's time for me to put the extensions on, we are ready to go. All right, so now she's fully dry, and I'm putting the adhesive right on top of the protective layer. So you guys see that shininess that you see on her crown? That is because the third layer of protection was put on, and that is going to be the final layer of protection. Now, I can also do a fourth layer of protection, but I decided not to do that for her because she is a first-time client. I want to see how long this particular style would last before I have to go that route of putting a fourth layer. And that fourth layer also can help with the durability of the style, but I like to see how long my client's hair lasts first. Not everyone gets the same method. So now I'm just going through and blending out the extensions with her hair. It blended really well. her hair, we were worried that her hair would be a little too light, but it honestly came together, so we didn't even have to worry about that. Now what I'm doing are some C curls where they're nice and flat, something that I know she can manage. I am going to try a different style with her when she comes back the next time, with a different type of hair. And I just like to try things because that's the only way that I learn, to see, what types of hair work, what types of hair don't work, what styles can work for my clients, what styles won't work for my clients. So this hair that I'm using is actually a 28 piece. I typically use another style of hair, but this is a 28 piece. And it does come in the salt and pepper color. I'm sorry. So that's also a very complicated thing when you are dealing with clients. Getting salt and pepper hair is so hard, especially hair that you can blend with their hair. Now, let's talk about how she's going to care for her hair after the fact. This is an extension service, you guys. So she cannot really put any forms of water, oils, or whatever on her scalp area because it will not last. Remember, the adhesive that is used is water-based, right? So it is water-soluble. The protectant that is used is also water-soluble. So putting any form of liquid, whether it be oil or water, on the hair and not drying it thoroughly is going to be a level of aggravation because this will literally slip right off. So I always tell people when they get these services, this is a service for basically you not messing with your hair for a while. And when I say for a while, I mean literally no more than about 3 to 4 weeks. And then they come back in, they get a good wash, they get a good condition, and we do the process all over again. Let's be clear, you guys. Clients who typically get alopecia weaving services of this nature, usually the area that they are covering is scarred. And when I say scarred, meaning there is growth in the area, but the area that is officially scarred or glazed over, nothing will grow there. So it's not that we're trying to hinder any growth, but sometimes you have to accept what is for what it is. If you haven't had any growth for 5 years in that same spot, 99% chance it is scarred and it's not going to grow. So this is more a style to boost the confidence at this point. It's not necessarily for the growth of that area, but it is for boosting the confidence for clients who typically have not been able to wear their hair at any point because they were too embarrassed or they just didn't know what to do with their hair. And this is why a lot of you watch our videos, because you want to see that there is a possibility for you to actually be able to have a style and blend it in with your own hair. Okay? Yeah, okay. So I just wanted to say that. Anyhow, I want you guys to comment down below. Tell me what you guys thought about the finished style, about the blend. She loved it. I will tell you, she absolutely loved it. And it blended really, really well. She'll be back. She actually drove, like my clients have been driving. She came to me from, I think, Jacksonville to get her hair done. And if it wasn't Jacksonville, it was Georgia. I think it's either Jacksonville or Georgia. And a part of me says that it was about 7 or 6 hours of a drive. So I think it's in Georgia. But I may be wrong. It's either Jacksonville or Georgia. But she drove to me, you guys. And this is why I say there are a lot of clients who are in need of these services, but they don't know where to go. So I appreciate you guys for coming to me and trusting me. And as I said before, if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to thumbs up this video and comment down below and give her a boost of even more confidence because this came out absolutely amazing and she loved it, just like I did. But I appreciate you guys for watching, and all of the products that we use today are available at EliteHairCareUSA.com. And I'll see everybody in the next video.